You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. As you enter into the chat, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Once again, condolences to the Kirk family. He truly spoke his mind, and now we can see what led up to the event in Utah. So he's been on record talking about what's going on in the northern states. Now, remember I said that you have certain countries, certain people, I know who those certain people are having a say in this American society. Now he's going to explain the playbook that's going on with China. This particular country, y'all know who they are, in various things. See, a lot of you in Chicago need to listen to this video because Chicago has been taken over by China. New York City, Connecticut, parts of California, parts of Houston, parts of, certain few other southern states where you have a situation going on with Koreans and Chinese folks, and the list goes on, having a lot of stock in this country. And so he started to see what was going on. And the reason why Mr. Kirk at the time called out so-called black people is because so-called black people don't realize what's really going on. They don't pay attention to what's really going on and who they really working for. It all boils down to that these entities and deities, these warlocks, these witches, and high places is putting on a spell on the masses, and the masses is okay with being the spell. And you can't wake everybody up. Like I told y'all, the shutdown, what happened in 2020, I told you it will be a shift in the northern states and the southern states in 2024. Everything I said is from the higher above. And see, a lot of people gonna listen to what this man said. This is 9 days ago on his channel, where he talked about some situations going to change not only in America, it's changing in the world. And see, a lot of people are not ready for this. And I'm going to tell you, 2026, we got 26 people in the building. Make sure you double tap the like button. In 2026, you're going to start seeing a shift again. And a lot of people are going to be left behind, especially if you're in these northeast regions, the Midwest, and the West Coast of America. You're going to start seeing people that you least suspect to be living amongst you and telling you what to do, and you was born here. He saw that. And he talked about September. He talked about September as he knew something big was going to happen in September. He saw the handwriting on the wall, and when he mentioned, I don't know if I'm going to be here September, he said that in cold, now he's not here no longer with us. So there's a lot of things people see and try to get you to see it. The problem is a lot of people don't want to see it. They don't believe that there's something bigger than them. You get what I'm saying? And so what's happening is that there's a shift going on. And a lot of people's heads are being revealed. And he saw it. He got to see the entities and deities face to face. And that shows you what's going on. Hold on a second. That goes to show you what's going on. And a lot of people are asleep behind the wheel. And so we're going to play this clip and watch what he says.
We are here in the Bitcoin.com studio. We had an amazing event last night in Visalia, California. It's right in the Central Valley there. That is where you get your pistachios from, your almonds from, some of your tomatoes, some of your citrus. We had 2,700 people. It was a paid ticketing event for Tulare Right to Life.
He's telling you what's going on with the food. He's telling you what's going on with the food. You're going to have to start selecting places that is not messing your mind, messing your soul up. You know what I'm saying? Certain foods are messing your mind and soul up in this day of time. And so you have to start doing some research on where to get your food, your water, the natural things you need to get, because a lot of these places are going to close down. Listen, Charlie knew that a lot of things is going to close down. I told y'all a lot of places is going to close down. And matter of fact, from what I was told, that confirming is that a lot of states are going to close down their businesses, and they're getting a tax write-off for closing down their businesses because they're ready to starve the people out. See, y'all fighting each other, want to knife at each other, and by you doing that, you're making people make the decision to take the deal, and now you ain't gonna have nothing to look forward to. Could you imagine you wake up one day and you need particular places and there's nothing for you to get, nothing for you to buy, and then you can't even go to certain states to get certain things because you are in a particular state that's under this country that is not from here, that is not born here, telling you what to do, how to live, how to move. Telling you, you better be ready. So don't say you didn't been warned. Let's go.
And they did a phenomenal job. They could have had another 1,000 people. Isabel Brown was there. It was just a very special evening. Just being around the grassroots, the support is greater than ever. And they watch the Charlie Kirk show. They listen to the podcast. They see what we're doing. So thank you guys, and God bless you. It was an amazing event. We're going to play some pieces of tape there. You'll see right there, that is 2,700 people there last evening in Visalia, California. It just felt great being back out as we prepare for yet another ambitious campus tour. I am going to an undisclosed location, to a nation that I will not tell you tonight. In fact, I'm going to really set Twitter ablaze tonight. I'm going to tweet out, I'm going to a foreign nation 14 hours away. What country do you think it is? You're going to see, it's just going to be a fun tweet. We're going to do that. But
you heard him? You heard him? He's going to a place he didn't want to tell the people what he was going to at that particular time. We're going to get to the sources. If we get the lights up, continue to get the lights up, we're going to go to the sources, y'all. This is going to be an interesting live stream. We're going to go to 2 sources, and then you're going to get your answer, all right? This is bigger than what people think on the internet. This guy saw the future of America. And I told y'all, you're going to have to think about getting out of certain places because of the debt. See, Charlie Kirk made sure before he was gone, he was not supposed to be gone. They wanted him gone, right? Because of opinion exposed in the playbook. See, a lot of you don't realize you're being used by these deities and entities. And see, because you don't know that, you want to attack the person that is showing you what's going on. America has been sold to certain entities and deities, mainly the black devil. Because we know Satan is black. The fallen angels is so-called black. And they have shown receipts of them moping around the skies as of late. See, he saw what a lot of people don't want to talk about. Everybody wants to play it safe. And hey, it is what it is. You got to deal with whatever you got to deal with. My point is that this man, at a young age, did a lot of things that a lot of you folks have not even did one of when it comes to breaking down what's really going on. See, I'm a well-traveled man, and I've been to many places and I've seen many things. And I could tell you this man is well-traveled, he was well-seasoned, he knew what to say, when to say it, he wasn't being biased. And see, when he called out everybody, not one particular group. He called out everybody. And see, this is the problem with you warlocks and witches, because you demons anyway, you are subservient to Satan, is that you don't want to be called out for your sin. He called out all sins throughout the world. And once he did that, they had a fall guy and the actual person, they know who it is. And we're going to show you the evidence of that. Okay? Let's continue.
Speaking of foreign nations, yesterday, something really important happened. And all the headlines are focused on the optics and the aesthetics.
All you folks that's coming in my chat saying that he's a racist. No, you're a racist. You're a racist. You are a demon, witch, or warlock, whatever you want to call yourself. You the racist. You the racist. You the racist. You coming in my chat saying he's still a racist? No, you the racist. You work for Satan. You work for them certain groups that want to see people docile, that want to see people poor. I guarantee you, you never supported the poor. You hypocrite. Coming in my chat with the nonsense. He has done more for people in America and parts of the world than you ever did for your own family, for your own loved ones, you demon. So stop being a hypocrite and a bigot. You ain't do nothing. You're a liar. You're a liar. And it's people like you that support the agenda, that support evil. So, okay, so you're late. So you're dealing with a white woman. What's your point? What's your point? What's your point? You have not done nothing for your family, fool. This is crazy. This is why I tell you, to all the real Charlie Kirk people, you're going to see a bunch of demons, a bunch of warlocks, a bunch of witches. Don't get it. Charlie Kirk has exposed the playbook like I exposed certain things. I was on record on Rest the Bad Guy. I said things will shut down in 2020. I said America won't be the same in 2024. It will be a split. But you got this demon in my chat that was sent by these demonic entities and deities to try to get me off my square. Let me tell you something. You're going to be the same person that's going to be on a soup kitchen in 2 years. A lot of you folks is going to be in the soup kitchen because you're being replaced by other people, you fool. I can't stand you demons. I can't stand you warlocks. I can't stand you witches. You got to be gone. You got to be eliminated. Sin got to be eliminated throughout the whole planet. Y'all celebrate when people tell the truth. You want to play holier than thou. You don't even take care of your own woman. You coming in my chat. Your own wife should be ashamed of your bummy behind. You're a bum. A lot of you dudes is bums. Like Charlie Kirk said, a lot of you dudes is bums. You think because you got a woman that you're a man. Yeah, right. All that stuff, take your meds. No, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and stop using somebody else's photo. You know what's funny? This character, I already tracked this character because he's a dummy. I already know who this character is, could be tracked easily. Using somebody else's photo. This is what these dummies do. Use somebody else's photos. This troll right here using somebody else's photo. You so obsessed with somebody else's couple. You so obsessed with somebody else's couple. You demon. Oh my goodness. All these threats y'all make. All these threats y'all make. Let's continue.
And the visuals, which is fine, but it's deeper than that. Yesterday was the 80-year anniversary of Victory Day, or essentially the founding of the Chinese Communist Party. The visuals were obviously impressive. Look, totalitarian countries, they do military parades quite well. They're able to mobilize everything without any of the media clamoring or yammering, and it was impressive. From the nuclear arsenal to their investments in the military, the Chinese Communist Party wanted to put on full display for the rest of the world, and especially it really was all designed for an audience of one. The military parade was really designed for one person, and that person, of course, is President Donald Trump. The Chinese were doing, as you can see, propaganda of their bombers and of their aircraft. They're investing billions and billions of dollars in their military. Now, their military is still a fraction of our entire military investment. It's still about $200 to $300 billion a year. However, you have to wonder, even though they spend a fraction that we do, they probably don't have the bloat and the waste and the government contractors that we do. You have to wonder if they're able to spread that a little bit more than we do. We waste a ton of money on our military, a ton of money on Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman. However, I think there is definitely still an admission from independent analysts that we have military weaponry and technology that they still do not have. We pay soldiers a ton of money. They do not. They're able to draft anyone they want. They're a country of 770 million able-bodied people and a country of well over 1 billion individuals. They have hypersonic missiles. We may be behind on some weapons. They might have hypersonic missiles that we don't have, by the way. I'm putting these visuals up on screen here because we have focused on a lot of different topics, mass migration, the Islamism rising in the West. But I think what yesterday should be a reminder is a little bit of a early fall wake-up call.
Uh-oh. What y'all see? What do y'all see that made me stop the video? Uh-oh. Let's see if the folks in the chat know why I paused the video. Why you think I paused the video? Why you think I paused the video? What do you need to pay attention to? Let's see if the chat gets it. Why you think I paused the video? Why you think I paused the video? Look at this. Oh yeah. Why did I pause the video? Come on now. I thought you people have enough sense to put the information in. Why did I stop the video? Thank you, 1945. What happened in 1945? What happened in 1945, y'all? What happened in 1945? Let's see if y'all get it. What happened in 1945? Come on now. Where's my historians at? That's part of it. That's part of it. That's correct. World War II. However, a certain people moved to a certain place between 1941 and 1945. Do not put the name in the chat. Do not put the name in the chat because they watch my channel too. Oh, they watch my channel. They watching everybody's channel. So something happened during this war. A certain small amount of people moved to a certain place. And ever since they occupied that place, they've been occupying America and other countries to do their bidding for the black devil. Listen, To everybody that's listening throughout the world, the devil is black. They all know that. All the world leaders, all your politicians, all know that, right? So he uses certain groups, certain people to do his bidding, to try to play God. And see, what's happening is that Charlie was trying to get the black people to get back right with God, because he realized that so-called black people has been led by the black devil. See, a lot of you so-called black people that's upset with me, you upset with me because I'm exposing who your father is, the black devil. Charlie exposed the whole playbook, what's to come next year. We're going to get to it. Let's go.
We already know that the Chinese Communist Party is a great threat to us, but me even saying that...
Uh-oh! What year is that? What year is that? What year is that, y'all? What year we see in the building now? Hey, listen. What year is that? And I told y'all that these northern places is going to go against the South. Listen, to everybody in the South, the southern regions of America, the southern regions of the other side of the world, the devil is coming from the star of the north to fight against God's people in the South. That's what's going on. That's going to be the war. That's the war we're dealing with right now. That's the war we're dealing with right now. It's more calamity. It's more evil going on in the northern states, going on in these northern places in the other side of the world. And for the most part, the South is removing all the sins. The southern states is removing all the sins. The people that's in sin, they're removing them out of here. In the other countries in the South, they are doing the same thing, because the whole earth is being judged right now. And see, this country here is working for the army of Satan. Let's continue. Let's go.
Is important. Let's ask the very simple question. What is China? Is China our friend? Are they a rival, like Joe Biden called them? Are they an adversary? I think they're an enemy of the United States of America. I've said it once and I'll say it again. They have internationalist ambitions. They want to expand their territory. Now, does that...
Remember that this country owes China. This is what y'all don't know. This country owes China money. That's why the tariffs is going on. Listen, y'all can get upset with me all you want. America owes China money. So there's some type of agreement. And guess what China has more percentage of? The northern states. All you folks that live in the northern states, you're going to start seeing China telling you what to do in 2026. When you're behind go to school, when you're behind go to work, you're going to see, you heard it here first. You ain't hearing from no other content creator. All you folks live in the northern states, listen and listen well, because I haven't been wrong. In 2026, you're going to be paying taxes to the Chinese people. So when you see that your mayors, your governors tell you, we have to add on a tax, a Chinese tax. It's already going on in a few places. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! So you can laugh, you can mock, but when you start seeing that you're gonna pay taxes to the Chinese people, that's when you're gonna rebel against the governor and the mayors. It's gonna be too late because they're gonna have the army there. The army is gonna be fully ready for your behind. So keep mocking me if you want to. You mock the Most High's peoples. I'm one of the top observers of all time. See, the South paid their debt already. The South paid their debt already, especially Florida and Texas. Let's continue.
I believe that we should go to a kinetic conflict against them? Of course not. But we need to start treating them, at the very least, like a serious rival. At the very least. The Chinese Communist Party just threw an inside fastball. That was a brushback pitch yesterday. And not only did they have that, they brought Vladimir Putin, they brought Kim Jong-un, they brought a lot of the other tyrannical autocrats from the region in a massive show of force. Oh, there's the vice president of China. I actually met that guy. We should get that picture. It was one of the funniest stories. I think I told the vice president of China story once. I think I told it on Thought Crime. I met him at the inauguration. I went up and asked for a picture. And then I think they tapped my phone.
He said they tapped his phone. Did you hear that? Did you hear what Charlie Kirk said? He said they tapped his phone. Let me rewind that. Listen.
In a massive show of force. Oh, there's the vice president of China. I actually met that guy. We should get that picture. It was one of the funniest stories. I think I told the vice president of China story once. I think I told it on Thought Crime. I met him at the inauguration. I went up and asked for a picture. And then I think they tapped my phone. This is a much tougher rivalry than the Cold War.
He said they tapped his phone. Uh-huh. Listen again. All you folks in the back. Listen.
The vice president of China story once. I think I told it on Thought Crime. I met him at the inauguration. I went up and asked for a picture. And then I think they tapped my phone. This is a much tougher rivalry than the Cold War. And we just got to be honest about it. The Soviet Union was hobbled by a terrible, terrible economy. You see, the Soviet Union, they were pure ideologues. They really were. The Soviet Union had a council of actual Marxists that refused to ever embrace market principles. They were actual ideologues. The Chinese economic model is a lot different. It's far more pragmatic. They're basically what works, what makes us rich. If we have to liberalize some areas, we will, but
we have to liberalize some areas. We have to liberalize some areas. What areas that they liberalize in, Mr. Charlie Kirk? What? Listen.
If we have to be totalitarian in other ways, we'll also do that. The Chinese Communist Party's economy is still not as big as ours. Still not. The latest GDP numbers show the Chinese Communist Party's maybe around $18 to $20 trillion. We're around $27 to $28 trillion. We owe a lot more money, by the way. Our national debt is way above the Chinese Communist Party now.
Uh-oh! He exposed it. Listen to this. Let me put the music down. Hold on. Music stops. Listen to this part. Listen.
The Chinese Communist Party's economy is still not as big as ours. Still not. The latest GDP numbers show the Chinese Communist Party's maybe around $18 to $20 trillion. We're around $27 to $28 trillion. We owe a lot more money, by the way. Our national debt is way above the Chinese Communist Party national debt.
We owe a lot of money. We owe a lot of money. So all you folks laughing and kikiing, hollering in the chat. America owes a lot of money to who? Owes a lot of money to Satan. America owes a lot of money to Satan. So what does Satan does when you owe a lot of money? It collects souls. Do you know that a lot of people sell their soul at jobs, sell their soul on YouTube, sell their soul to gain money? Huh? Did you know that? Did you know a lot of people in America, regardless of their culture, race, religion, sold their soul to Satan to stay afloat? So when you owe, you don't owe to God. You owe to Satan. A lot of you men and women, You'll sell your mother and father to stay afloat. You'll sell your own children to get money in your pocket. And see, this is why he saw it. He saw a lot of these people were selling each other for gain, for the devil, not for God. A lot of you are not want to hear this. You love sin. A lot of you that's watching, you love sin. You love sin. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let the person talk. I want them to say what they want to say. As long as they're not being disrespectful. They could call me a moron. They could call me a coon. They could call me this. Let them talk in the chat. You notice I only block people that's trying to spam. I want them to talk, they talk. But if you spam my channel or you doing some stupid stuff, you're going to be blocked. Let them call me a moron. Because a lot of these people, they're going to be in jail working for these people. A lot of these people going to be in jail working for these people in the future. So you can get mad at me all you want. Because a lot of you going to be working for Satan next year. Some of you already doing it right now. You got this individual go by the name of Newbury Global Truth. He sold his soul to Satan. He sold his soul to Satan. He sold the people that watch his platform to Satan. You're going to have a lot of people selling their soul to Satan to stay afloat. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in Christ. They don't believe in morals and ethics. All you folks that got issues with Charlie Kirk for speaking the truth, you the reason why a lot of people is going to hell. Bunch of immature demons in the chat. Let the demons tell on themselves. They mad at me because I can't be tamed and controlled by the witches and warlocks. Listen, I dealt with witches, women. They play off like they was of God and they was witches. And I met that demon dude, Newbury. This is not something I'm saying talking out my tongue. I met that devil Newbury. And he played off like he was for God, and the whole entire time he was a devil. There's a lot of people that act like they for you, they a doggone demon. Let's go.
Remember, the USSR was a multi-ethnic mess, which is why it collapsed. China is overwhelmingly Chinese. They have some Uyghur Muslim problems, and they mistreat them, but they're largely off in the rural areas. And China is very nationalist, and China is in a moment. You have to look at where is the moment in empire. And next year, we celebrate our 250th anniversary, our 250th birthday as a nation.
Now, we celebrate our birthday as a 250-year anniversary, which is the day he passed away. He passed away of the celebration of the 250 years, which was September 10th, 2025. They got him in Utah. We're going to get to that in a second. Let's go.
Well, since we're celebrating our 250th birthday, that's about as long as empires last. It's about the expiration date.
Uh-oh! 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 He said it. He said it. Just like I said. Just like I said. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He said what I talked about. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Listen.
An empire. And next year, we celebrate our 250th anniversary, our 250th birthday as a nation. Well, since we're celebrating our 250th birthday, that's about as long as empires last. It's about the expiration date.
Ooh. Ooh. The demons' time was over last year. They all crashing out. All these demons is crashing out and want to go to war with the saints. Listen, we at war with the devil, y'all. That's the real World War III. We at war with the devil as it is on heaven, as it is on earth. We at war with the devil. And the devil, the head honcho devil is black, and then the rest of the devils of other ethnicities that agree with the black devil. And they're at war with God's people. That's the World War III. They want to have us all go against God. Some of you may not believe in God. Okay. There's somebody bigger than us, though. That's the point. And these people know that God is black. They know who the real Israelites are. And they know who are the fake Israelites. Everything's coming out. And so he did his research. And he said, oh, my goodness. I see why certain things happened before. It's going to happen again. And he can't live to see it. Because he saw things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Yes, exactly. Yes, Tim, exactly. Because just like they hated Christ, they hated people that stand for what's right. Because their sins are being exposed, Mr. Tim. Their sins are being exposed. You see what's going on. I'm glad you see it, sir. Their sins are being exposed. You got a lot of people that love sins. A lot of people love sins. You get what I'm saying? For real, for real. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to Mark for the $9.99. Appreciate the support, man. He says, peace and blessings, Rollo. Likewise to you and your family. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the support, the contribution to the chat. Much love for that, fam. Appreciate it. And I'm just telling you that the devil don't want you to go and represent God. And listen, to all my Gentiles that's watching, I got no issues with Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not racist. I'm for all people to live accordingly, to move correctly, and to call out the sin. I'm asking for all my Gentiles that's calling out the sins and all the so-called black people to call out the sins. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm calling out the sin. Mr. Charlie was calling out everybody's sin. I call out everybody's sin. But I mainly call out my people's sin because they love sin the most. I'm glad that the Most High opened your eyes, Tim. I'm glad you admit your faults and you repented. The Most High used you and opened your eyes, just like Mr. Charlie. He opened his eyes. Put a 5 in the chat if you heard when he told the brother, when Charlie told the so-called black man that you are the image of God. If you saw that video, put a 5 in the chat. When I, show y'all a clip, I was surprised, y'all, when he was talking to the brother and when he was talking to the sister, he said she's an angel. He said the baby's an angel. But you got these people telling you that he's a racist. No, he loves people that's on point. He hates sinners. I hate sinners too, regardless of who you are. So I'm glad, Tim, you got out of your sins. You repented. You're changing your ways. You're standing up for what's right. You know what I'm saying? And holding your business. Let's continue, y'all. Continue to get the lights up.
The Chinese Communist Party is at year 80. I want you to think about where we were in year 80. Year 80, we were fighting a civil war. Year 80, we were still trying to find our national identity. Once we got through the Civil War, we then had basically an uninterrupted rise to a superpower with, Industrial Revolution, World War II, but we did not have serious existential threats to the homeland post-Civil War. Once we got through that Civil War right around our 80th birthday, approximation, then we were able to basically have a glide pattern up towards being the superpower of the 19th century, late 19th century, 20th century, and of course now the 21st century. Those two oceans in Canada and Mexico being next to us are quite helpful. And of course, we've made mistakes. We've slipped in some ways, but we are still the world superpower. And we still have this window.
And he's right. America has made its mistakes and learned from it, and it's growing from it. He's correct about that. Let's continue.
Of opportunity. We still have this window where we have a great president, we have a mandate, we have a nationalistic undercurrent in our country where we need to have a very serious moment and say, what exactly is China? Why are we not treating them in the way we should be? Or maybe we should not be treating them that way. President Donald Trump had some very harsh words for the Chinese Communist Party today. He said, I was not happy in many ways. He said, I was not happy with what I saw, and I know it was for me. I was very impressed, but I was not pleased by Xi Jinping's comments. He had some very harsh words today. President Trump is rebuilding our military, but you have to wonder, for every $1 that we spend in our military, I would just conjecture, the Chinese Communist Party is able to probably spend like 25 cents. I bet they get way more bang for their buck on military spending than we do. And we can't always see this in terms of money. That's a very important thing.
Listen to what he say. Listen, because it's going to go over a lot of people's head. Listen to what he says. I'm going to rewind it back when he talk about the money part, because it's going to go over a lot of people's head. I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm going to let y'all hear what he has to say. Listen.
Spend like 25 cents. I bet they get way more bang for their buck on military spending than we do. And we can't always see this in terms of money. That's a very important thing. This is about who is going to win and own the 21st century. We need to...
Boom! He said it. He said it. Who's going to own the 21st century? Yo, it's a wrap, y'all. It's a wrap. I don't think it's going to go over your head. Y'all don't realize how important this is. And what he's saying is we have to clean out the sin, because the sin is what's keeping a lot of people in bondage. Listen, sin was keeping a lot of you in bondage. Let's not play this game. What's keeping a lot of people in bondage is sin. That's the truth. And so if you want to be number one, repent of your sins, own up to your own sin, stop blaming everybody for your situation, own up to your own sin, and tell the devil to flee from you. Get him out of your house. Go to God. Repent. Go in your closet. Own up to your sin. Pray in secret. Tell the God that sees good, knows all, see all. Created good, created evil. He created all things. The Most High say he created good and evil. He created all things. But you got these demons, these entities in the chat talking about my mental damage. Mental damage from what? The only one that has a mental damage is a person that depends on a woman. Hey, Michael, you depend on a woman to take care of you for the rest of your life? How old are you, Michael, to talk like that? What's your age? Michael, what's your age? Michael, what's your age? I'm mentally insane? No, when you say that about Christ. You say that about people that see things better than you. Michael, you staying with a woman? I could tell by looking at your photo. I want everybody to see this. Look at this fool photo. Look at this clown. Look at this clown. You could tell this guy staying with a woman. He moved in with a woman like new broke. My name is Michael Hartsoe. I am telling you that you have mental damage, sir. Oh, they always say, what's your mental damage, sir? Oh, you sound radical. You sound like you don't got no sense. But, Michael, you stay moving in with your wife. You moved in with her when you was in your 20s and 30s. You don't have nothing for your kids, Michael. Michael, do your children love you, Michael? Do your wife love you? Or, Michael, did she leave you for somebody else named Michael? Because inquiring minds want to know, Michael, since I have mental damage, since you want to be roasted in my platform, Michael, I didn't ask you to come here, Michael. You came here to troll, Michael. Is that you in the photo, Michael? Because if that's you in the photo, Michael, then I really feel bad for your wife. She needs to go check up on you and take you to a mental hospital because you're projecting at this self, sir. Sir, where are you, Michael? Michael, where are you? Oh, so how many people telling you this? You need to go have a conversation with your gynecologist. Hey, Michael, go have a conversation with your gynecologist. You see, he said, yeah, he lived with his woman. You see that? He said he lived with his woman, y'all. Look at it. Look at him. He said he lived with his woman, y'all. Yo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, y'all. He moving with his woman. Listen, any person follow Michael moving with a woman should be ashamed of himself. Get something in your own name. He's saying I never said that. Yo, these people be telling on themselves. Listen, these people be telling on themselves. Yo, this guy sitting here watching me, man. Yo, you're a stalker. You was a male stalker. You mad at me? I think I know why. You is a male stalker. You mad at me now? You is a male stalker. You are broke. You really broke. You is a male stalker. You really broke. You really broke. Michael wish he was me. He's really projecting his life on me. Oh my goodness, you is a window shopper. You mad at me? I think I know why. You is a window shopper. You want to see my face? You male stalker. You is a window shopper. Something's wrong with Michael right now. You is a window shopper. I'm living free. Right in your head. You is mad because you a devil. You is really a devil. You is a devil. Watching me. Ain't nobody thinking about you. You is a loser. You is a loser. 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 Hey, Luke, I got a lady. So what are you talking about? I got a fine woman, Luke. Luke. Luke is playing Michael, y'all. Hey, Luke, I'm driving well. I take care of myself. I'm driving a nice Tesla. I got me a nice SUV. I'm living in a nice mansion. Where you living at, fool? You live in the neck of the woods? You eating out of grass? I make serious money. What you make? You watching me. I'm not watching you. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this bum out of here. Get rid of this bum out of here. So, why are you worried about how many people in my chat, bum? Nobody watch your channel, fool. Here we go. They mad. Let's go.
See this in terms of real strength. Are we innovative? Are we merit-based? Are we entrepreneurial? Are we unified? Are we strong? Are we aspirational? Forget all the economic data. Right now, yes, we have the incumbent advantage. Can we make stuff? It takes, just for example, we're doing this construction project at Turning Point USA to install a gate. And it is the most bureaucratic, It's taken literally like a year and a half to install a very simple gate. And I turned to my team the other day outside of this whole Victory Day parade. I said, in China, this would take like a week. In China, this would just take a week. You just wave a hand and you get it done. Now, in some ways, that's bad. It would probably not be up to code or whatever. But they're able to source rare earth minerals. They're able to build new factories. They're able to roll out new robots. We increasingly have difficulty doing those things. Now, I'm not painting a doomerist picture. There's a lot of advantages we have over the Chinese Communist Party. But I got to be honest, when I went to a national forest, national park over the weekend, Sedona. It's actually not a national park, national forest. And there was products sold by the U.S. government. This drove me nuts. And this is not a criticism of President Trump. He inherited it from Joe Biden, but we got to fix it. The Department of Interior is selling merchandise made in China. Our own U.S. government is selling merchandise that is made in China.
That's no lie about that. That's no lie about that. Let's continue.
We don't make stuff anymore, but we should.
Everything changed on the morning of October 7th. 1,200 innocent lives murdered in the most brutal, heartless way. But we, Christians and Jews, we understand that the horrific attacks of October 7th are part of a greater spiritual battle.
Spiritual battle. All right, let's get right to it. Let's get to the next video. Let's get right to the next video, y'all. Let's get right to it. Let's get to it. Give me 1 second. Get right to the next video, y'all. All right. We're going to play a little bit of this. Then we're going to get to a couple of more videos. Hold on a second. Let me get it set up. Make sure y'all continue to get the lights up, y'all. Get the lights up, get the lights up, get the lights up. All right. Let's get right to it.
Welcome to China in Focus. I'm Tiffany Meyer. Our top story. The assassination of Charlie Kirk raises alarm over free speech in America. Kirk often warned about communist ideology. What did he say about the Chinese Communist Party?
The Chinese Communist Party is the biggest enemy of America, period. Hard stop. I'm focused on Xi Jinping's reign of terror, not Vladimir Putin's at all.
And what's behind the raid of a South Korean factory in Georgia, and how could it impact U.S.-South Korean relations? An expert weighs in.
This is a message that President Trump is sending in the context of the South Korean raids and the South Korean totalitarian things that are approaching totalitarianism that are increasingly happening in South Korea under the present administration.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un appears to have chosen his successor, his daughter Kim Joo-I. South Korean lawmakers said she accompanied him on a recent visit to China.
Listen. Hey, we get into the news now. We get into foreign news. So let's get to it. Let's go.
Before we dive into today's news, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter using the link down below. In tomorrow's newsletter, we're taking a closer look at China's expanding naval presence in the South China Sea and the response from Western nations. It drops Friday morning right into your inbox. Don't miss it. The nation is reacting to the shocking news of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Kirk was the founder and president of Turning Point USA and a prominent conservative voice among America's youth. Kirk was...
See, they let you know that they know who he is. They know that he had a reach that hasn't been seen in a long time. Get the lights up, subscribe to the channel. If you're digging this content, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let's get the subscriber numbers up, y'all. If you're really rocking with the platform, you really digging the content, whether you agree or disagree, like the video and subscribe to the channel and support the platform. Let's go.
Widely known for promoting traditional American values, particularly on college campuses, where he focused on encouraging civic engagement and free speech. Many see this assassination as not only targeting Kirk, but also targeting the broader principles he stood for, including constitutional rights and freedom of speech. In recent years, Kirk had also warned about the growing influence of the Chinese Communist Party, which he identified as a biggest threat to American society and its way of life. Let's take a closer look at some of his public statements on the CCP.
Listen.
Many Americans who fled communist countries compare woke culture and cancel culture in America to what they experienced in their home countries. They see it as an example of communism's influence in the U.S. Last September, Charlie Kirk interviewed Xi Van Fleet, a U.S. citizen who escaped China.
Socialism
Listen to this. Here we go.
has been here. It's just getting worse and worse. Right now, it is a communist takeover. And I just can't believe. I thought some 6 or 7 years ago when I left China, I thought I left communism behind me. I thought I embraced the freedom, that freedom will always be here. How wrong was I?
Kirk also highlighted 3 key features of China's communist revolution. He wrote, quote, "The leaders used 3 steps. Promise free stuff."
Uh-oh. Ain't that what's going on now? Hold on. Let me pause it right there. Ain't that what's going on in California, Chicago, these northern regions, Pennsylvania? Ain't that what's going on in your states right now? That's what's going on, right? Ain't they promising you free stuff in New York City? Ain't they promising you free stuff in Massachusetts? Ain't they promising you free stuff in California? Where all my Philadelphia folks at? Where my all Chicagoans at? Where Detroit at? Hey, Anton Daniels, I know you watching. Where my Detroit people at? Where all my Philadelphia people at? Where all the Pennsylvania folks at? Where the New York people at? New York City at? Where Connecticut at? Holla at me. Ain't they telling y'all to get free stuff up there now? Do you see the playbook? Uh-oh. You in these other places? Ain't y'all in these places? Ain't you in these northern regions? Everybody getting free stuff and robbing and taking from people. Don't get locked up for it. You see the setup? You see the setup? You see the setup? People getting free stuff. They ain't got to pay no rent. They ain't got to pay for no car. You can't even get a car. How many of you trying to get a car, they give you a runaround, but people that never work a job getting a car for free in these other states? Talk to me. How many of you know somebody right now, at the sound of my voice, that you trying to save money, you're trying to get right, but somebody next door to you that never work is driving a BMW and you driving a Honda to work? Ooh, nasty work. Could you imagine you working hard and you driving a Honda and somebody that never worked a day in their life driving a Beamer right next door to you? He got the shorties. He living right next to you in Section 8. He got 3-4 vehicles. You barely getting by with your one vehicle. We got some free cars for you. Come on by. We got some free phones for you. Some of you don't even got a new phone for yourself. Some of you got an old phone. And you got people that never work a day in their life got a could you imagine you paying $2,000 for a phone? Somebody go that never work a day in their life to get a flip phone for free. Come on now. You had Newbury get cars for free. You had DoorDash getting cars for free. Get a home for free. But the hardworking taxpayer can't even get that. Come on now. A man that's working hard, a woman that's working hard should be getting those things. They should not even question people like that. But let it be you that never work a day in your life. You could get a BMW. You could get the newest car out the lot. Somebody else is paying for your insurance. Come on now. This is what's going on. Listen.
Take the guns, censor dissenting voices.
Take the guns, censor dissenting voices. That's what you're going to do. That's what's going on in most of these northern states. Let's go.
Sound familiar? Communism is literally knocking at America's door. We must never let it enter. Unquote. A clear sign of socialism's growing footprint in America is New York City Mayor.
Uh-oh! 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 New York City, where you at? Hey, New York City, where you at? Listen, I did not see this video. Listen, I did not see this video. This is how I know the Most High is moving. Ooh, New York City, we got some talking to do. Hey, New York, you gonna put this mayor in office? Watch again.
Never let it enter. Unquote. A clear sign of socialism's growing footprint in America is New York City Mayor.
Look at all these. Look at who the face of the people. Look.
We must never let it enter. Unquote. A clear sign of socialism's growing.
Look at the faces. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where are these demons at now? Where all these warlocks and witches at now? Ooh. Ooh, look who's the faces of want to see New York City go down. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking my itch now. Look at it. Look at the faces. The black devils. Man, oh man, oh man. But where are all the demons left now? See, Rob? All the demons left, Joanne, Keystone, RZA. All the demons left the chat now? Oh, because now it's getting serious now, right? So they left. They trying to do spells on me right now. They're trying to castrate. You had one cloud. Why you got your cash up there? Because I deserve to get support. If people want to support the cash up, that's why I got it there for. They thinking because you're doing pretty good for your life, you're not supposed to get support. Come on now. Y'all see me give to people. But they don't give $1 to nobody. These demons, these warlocks, these witches. Look at them, look at them. Look at them. They want to live for free. They want to live for free. They want to live for free in New York City. Yeah. Yeah. But y'all wanna be around this stuff. Y'all love sin. Y'all love sin. Let's go.
Footprint in America is New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani.
Look at this demon. Look at this demon, y'all.
He supports free public transportation, free childcare, and even city-run grocery stores.
Free transportation, free this, free that? Say that again, ma'am.
Growing footprint in America is New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. He supports free public transportation, free childcare.
Ooh-wee. Let's go.
And even city-run grocery stores. According to communists, socialism is the first stage on the path to communism. Charlie Kirk highlighted how the Chinese Communist Party identifies and seeks to influence American politicians. In an expo.
Yep. Charlie's correct. Listen.
Post, he named 2024 Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz and Congressman Eric Swalwell. He said, quote, "What's with Democrats like Tim Walz and Eric Swalwell having secret love affairs with women directly connected to the Chinese Communist Party?" Unquote.
Ooh, He went in. He went in. He's exposing the playbook, y'all. He's exposing the playbook. So what all these people that's saying that Charlie Kirk was racist, where you at now? Where you at right now? What all these people saying that I'm a bigot? I'm this, I'm that. They all left. Because the devil came in, he can do what he wanted to do. His spells didn't work on my channel, so the devils flee. Have y'all noticed the devils flee right now? Put a 5 in the chat if y'all noticed the devils flee once I called them out. By the Most High, by Christ. We send it back to the center. Any of them that's trying to do harm to my chat, to the people that I rock with, to my lady or anybody, we send it back to the center in the name of Christ. We send it back to the center in the name of Christ. I rebuke them and we send it back to the center in the name of Christ. All you demons, all you warlocks, all you witches that are trying to do anything to me, my lady, or anybody affiliated with it, we send it back to the center in the name of Christ. Amen. Yeah, they mad now. They pissed. So he exposing. Let's go.
Quote, Eric Stallwell had a relationship with Christine Feng, a suspected Chinese spy who was also known as Feng Feng. Feng had cultivated relationships with California politicians, including Swalwell, whom the Chinese...
Ooh, didn't I talk about California? Ooh. He had an affair with who? Can you tell us again?
Unquote. Eric Stallwell had a relationship with Christine Feng, a suspected Chinese spy who was also known as Feng Feng. Feng had cultivated relationships with California politicians, including Swalwell, whom the Chinese government saw as having promising political futures. Tim...
Ooh, this is getting deep now. Uh-oh.
Walls was reportedly having a romantic affair with Jenna Wang, the daughter of a high-ranking communist official, during his 1989 teaching stint in China.
Wow! Man, oh man.
Another post, Kirk pointed out that Judge Angel Kelly participated in a
Oh, he done open a can of worms, y'all. Wow.
judicial exchange program with Communist China.
Wow.
Cheap Chinese goods are everywhere, but at what cost? Charlie Kirk cited U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, warning that China now controls key parts of Americans' daily lives.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a wrap, y'all. Ooh. This rabbit hole gets deep. Let's go.
Charlie Kirk cited U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, warning that China now controls key parts of Americans' daily lives.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say China has a component of key parts in the United States? Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat, y'all. Ooh-wee. Y'all can't say I was wrong. Y'all can't say I was wrong. And the crazy thing about it is, it should be more people in the chat watching. Yet the demons left. They couldn't do their spells on me. Ooh-wee. Now I'm warning you. I'm warning all my peoples in the Northeast, all my people in the Midwest, all my people in the West Coast. You working for China. You're working for China. I'm going to say it again. I warn you, if you live in the Northeast, you live in the Midwest, you live in the West Coast, your tax next year will be taxed to China. and there's nothing Trump could do about it. Why you think Trump, now I want you to pay attention, why you think Trump didn't go put the military in Chicago? Because now what I told you is Trump is only going to deal with the South. Now with DC, that's one thing. All you folks in the northern states, you work for China now. The South don't work for China. The South has been fighting against China in the other countries. See, I live in Florida. I know what's going on. So my message to my peoples in the northern states, that's on point. You're gonna pay a debt next year, and you're gonna say, Rollo, you was right. It's gonna be hard for you to come to the southern states. Listen, it's gonna be harder for you to come to the South, because what I know is that they don't want you down here. They don't want you to bring their sin down here. Why you think Miami's cleaning up? Why you think Tampa is cleaning up? Why you think Louisiana is cleaning up? They're about to clean up Tennessee in a couple of days. You're on your own in the northern states, y'all. You don't want help from Trump. You don't want help. You don't want to live right. So may the Most High protect those who's in the truth in these northern states, because you're going to see hell like you've never seen it before. Put a 5 in the chat if you remember that I told you the fire was going to come from Canada, and that the fire was going to be so detrimental that it would not hit Florida in 2023. If you remember that video, put a 5 in the chat to let everybody know that the things I be saying is true. And put a check in the chat if you remember when I was over by Reg the Bad Guy's channel that I said 2020 the whole world was going to shut down, for confirmation. Because a lot of people that's new to the channel, those videos is no longer around. So everything I said, you will see in the chat for confirmation. And not even Mark Rubio saying what I just said. Let's continue.
Everything from the blood pressure medicine we take to what movies we get to watch, and everything in between, we will depend on China for it. They have come to dominate the critical mineral industry supplies throughout the world.
And Senator Marco Rubio is the Secretary of State nominee for Florida. Okay? He's the Secretary of State nominee for Florida. Listen again.
What movies we get to watch, and everything in between, we will depend on China for it. They have come to dominate the critical mineral industry supplies throughout the world.
Amid ongoing U.S.-China trade tensions, Beijing's rare earth export ban highlights the strategic risk of relying on China for critical materials. China also hoarded medical masks during the COVID-19 pandemic. Kirk pointed to the U.S. Treasury Secretary's comments, crediting Trump's policies for exposing China's true nature.
You might even say that he goaded China into a bad position. They responded. They have shown themselves to the world to be the bad actors.
Charlie Kirk, a close ally of President Trump, played a key role in helping him win the 2024 election. He
Listen.
often shared Trump's view on policy, especially on one of the biggest threats, the Chinese Communist Party flooding America with deadly fentanyl.
We've lost millions of people due to fentanyl. It comes mostly from China, but it comes through Mexico and it comes through Canada.
The Chinese Communist Party sees America as enemy number one. That's not new. It's always been that way. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, Beijing is expanding its influence, even in America's backyard, like Panama. The Panama Canal has long been under the control of a Hong Kong-based company, one heavily influenced by the CCP. Kirk cited.
Ooh-wee. Man, this is about to get deep. Here we go.
At the U.S. Secretary of War, warning young Americans about the growing threat.
I want to be very clear. China did not build this canal. China does not operate this canal. And China will not weaponize this canal. Together, we will take back the Panama Canal from China's influence.
In 2022, Charlie Kirk told NTD TV, Communist China is America's #1 enemy.
The Chinese Communist Party is the biggest enemy of America, period. Hard stop. I'm focused on Xi Jinping's reign of terror, not Vladimir Putin's at all.
This year, in a
And I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Condolences to the Charlie Kirk family. You know, hey, I gave you the information that you needed to see. I appreciate y'all tuning into the show. Appreciate those who supported the platform. Thank you so much. This is a good one. This is a learning lesson for everybody. You know, let me know behind the scenes. If you're in these states, let me know what your tax is looking like. You don't have to show me your name. Send me information on what taxes they added on. You know, I have to tell you the truth. You know, it's going to be harder for people to move to the South now because you're going to have to come correct. You know, man, oh man, oh man. So thank y'all all for tuning in. You know, appreciate it. There was some entertainment. We got the trolls. The trolls came in. I roasted them. They disappeared. They'll be back. They'll be back. So y'all be careful out there. All right. You'll drive safe, like Ringo says. You know, salute to Ringo and Brainwaves and many of you on Forever Studios and RZA and Mrs. Edwards, Mrs. Eldridge, Mr. Eldridge and Mr. Edwards and Life with the Jones family, Joe Madian, Selena. You know, shout out to all the mods. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the mods. You got Show Shower, you got Corey, you got Daryl, you got Zats, Bravo Zats. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the members. I got something for you members, so be on the lookout for that. Y'all behave yourselves out there. Don't get caught up in no nonsense. All right? I'll holler at y'all real soon. We had over 300 people in the building. That's what's up. So I know this thing got over 10,000 views for sure. Because we had a lot of people coming in, 300, 200, 100 in between. So I say roughly about 10 to 20,000 views. Y'all push this content out, y'all. You the people, make the decision. RZA, another moderator. Thank y'all. If you supported the Cash App, I send you an emoji. You know, shout out to Warrior for Chris for hitting the super chat. And that's pretty much about it. Condolences once again to the Charlie Kirk family. I just wanted to go to his video to show y'all what's going on. I do have a pre-recorded on Charlie Kirk. You know, what he said in Utah prior to him being unalive in Utah. So you're going to see a short clip of that, you know, in my video. So make sure you check out my video. Look at this demon. Look at this demon. Get this demon out of here, moderators. Get this demon. Let me see. Get this demon. Let's see that demon. Oh, the demon is not in here. Yeah. Good. These demons, man, they always come at the last minute. Hey, so thank you, Miles, for making sure everything's good. You know what I'm saying? You did a great job. We got over 50 likes. Let's continue to get the likes up before you go. Get the lights up. If you're really rocking with the platform, continue to get the lights up and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If you're really digging the content, subscribe to the channel. I'll holler at you on the next one. Now take it easy out there. Now watch that demon. Y'all know who. Watch that demon, that broke demon. Do the content. Pay attention to that broke demon. He gonna act like he found the material. No. Pay attention to the demons. He gonna try to act like he came up with it. Cause he watching too. And so with that said, y'all, I'ma holler at y'all on the next one. Ground royalty to the people. We the business.